The streets of San Francisco are as healthy as Crisco. It's Rhyme and Reason 827.
Here's your rhyme and reason. Oh, yeah.
Hey there, Tony here, and I'm going to be taking you to the left side of the map, over on the left coast, as some people call it, the West Coast, into California, and to be more specific, into the streets of San Francisco. And you might not want to do that. If you do a Google search for the streets of San Francisco, you probably only get some results that point to a TV show from way back in the 70s. And some of those results are links to videos of the opening credits from that original show. And you watch those opening credits, you see that those streets of San Francisco certainly looked different than they do now. I mean, when you're watching them closely enough, you'll see snippets from the bad side of town, somewhat. But that show was from a time when crime fighters at least tried to hold that boundary, keeping the bad side on the bad side, the seedy side, so they could stay over there out of the good people's way, the people who wanted to just have their businesses and live life. But you fast forward 50 years, and I don't think Michael Douglas or Carl Malden, the two guys who starred in that show, I don't think they'd even recognize the city that their characters once policed. They're street zombies, and I call them street zombies. I refuse to call them homeless people. The street zombies are everywhere. But why shouldn't they be, right? Free drugs, freedom from prosecution when they steal in broad daylight, walk right into a store and grab a bag full of stuff. And free bathrooms on every street and even in elevators. Zombies just love that stuff. I'm not making this stuff up. That's over there. I'm kind of making up the zombie thing because zombies aren't real. You know that, right? I hope you know that. Anyway, I watched a video that James Woods, who's an Academy Award-winning actor, he shared on Twitter this video, and he posted a comment that said, "Guess which Democrat-run hellhole this is?" And then he said, "Hint, all of them. It's difficult to believe that it's actually America. The street zombies in the video look like they're either demon-possessed or just void of a living soul." And it's on a scale I could never have imagined when I was a kid. But when you drug people up and dumb them down, how could the results be anything else, right? Well, there is a way to fight it, the only way, and I'll capitalize way with a capital W. And the way is the person known as Jesus. But the very mention of his name and the fact that I capitalize even those references to him, all of that's just offensive to this world. They find such offense by you saying, and I'm not talking about a fence that you build with wood or stucco. I'm talking about like offense. It's offensive to this world. They don't like it. The right politicians aren't the solution. They're not going to get it done. They'll probably more likely come up with a $1 billion investment to address homelessness. We've got to address homelessness. Am I the only one who sees the idiotic irony? Address homelessness. Get it? Address, homelessness. They're homeless. They don't have an address. Anyway, I'd rather eat a pan of biscuits made with Crisco than spend a second on the streets of San Francisco nowadays. And it's too bad. That used to be a beautiful city. It was amazing how they built this city all over these hills. It was amazing. My wife lived in that area many years ago, and she showed me pictures of it. It was beautiful all around it. Not everything, there were the bad sides, of course, but generally speaking, it was quite the place. That's why it grew into such a popular place. Well, over 30 years ago, I wrote a song that talked about the end result of drugs, and a lot of what's going on those streets in San Francisco is the end result of drugs and exacerbated by political ploys And the lyrics to this song are laced with drug references. And there's probably plenty these days I don't even know about. But the point is even more valid now. Nothing's gonna happen to you.
Well, you're human, and it's humdrum, so you find yourself in front of a screen. The remote control slowly takes its toll, then you're thumbing through a magazine. Years ago, you had to know, you had to stand down brave and true. You said don't wait for nothing, for nothing's gonna happen to you. You were Genghis Khan and Napoleon. You were king of cool to all your friends. But the juggernaut fell into the pot, and so this is how the story ends. But I have to know what could change you, so I have to see what got you through. And don't tell me nothing, or nothing's gonna happen to you. Why the empty stare? Nothing, nothing. Tension in the air. Nothing, nothing. You just can't admit you're too mortal to conquer it. Oh, and nothing's gonna happen to you. Well, it's so harsh how you whitewash, and the truth starts falling through the crack. So you went to scheme, here's a broken dream, and the pieces stab you in the back. Time gone by can make you cry, and the tears can freeze inside your heart. But don't obsess in that icy mess. Blow the danger and the pleasure apart. On the inner side, it feels like a ride as you roller coast into the sky. But the outer side shows a demon light. Give him anything to keep you high. Years from now, they'll wonder how it ever got to you. And I'll just say nothing, nothing ever happened to you. Why the empty stare? Nothing, nothing. Tension in the air. Nothing, nothing. You just can't admit you're too mortal to conquer it. Oh, and nothing's gonna happen to you. Nothing's gonna happen to you. Nothing's gonna happen to you. No, nothing's gonna happen to you. I said nothing's gonna happen to you. I know that nothing's gonna happen to you.
Yep, that's the byproduct of a drug life. Nothing is going to happen to you. Yeah, your life is going to be filled with nothing. And on that happy, shiny note, I'll just finish off the old Rhyme and Reason podcast here. Thanking you so much for tuning in once again. As always, remember, life has rhyme and reason because God made you.
There's a rhyme and